Hi friends, good evening. I hope you are doing well. Yes, today let's continue that poetic devices. Yesterday we were seeing about poetic devices. Yes, what are the poetic devices we saw yesterday? Do you remember that? Yes, poetic devices we saw yesterday. Rhyming words, rhyme scheme, alliteration, assonance. Yes. Today let's continue. Let's continue with the poetic devices. The remaining parts, remaining things. Are you there? Yes, let's begin. Today, let's see in 10th standard book, the first poem, Life, the life poem. Yes, let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul, not hurrying to, not turning from the goal, not pounding for the things that disappear in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future wails, but with a whole happy heart that pays its tolls to youth and age and travels on with cheer. So let the way wind up the hill or down, over rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure, and a crown. My heart will keep the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. Yes. Just for a recap, we'll see that. Rhyming words. What are the rhyming words here? Year, soul, goal, disappear. The first four lines. Yes, the first four lines we can see that year and disappear are rhyming words and soul and goal are rhyming words. Yes, now we can give the name as year as A. Next is soul. Year is not sounding with soul, so that is B. Next soul with goal, same B. And goal disappear, year and disappear. So this is A. Yes. So rhyming words, rhyme scheme over. And alliteration. In the first line you can see there is alliteration. Let me but live my life from year to year. Let L, live L, life L, year to year Y, Y. Yes. So these are the alliteration. Just for recap of yesterday's class, I was just telling you this. Now let's go in detail about the thing. So here in this poem, can you find any other figure of speeches given here? Can you? Yes. Now, I'll come for the figure of speech, simile. Yes. Have you heard the word simile? Yes, simile means similar. The meaning of simile is similar, which is alike. Both are alike. Simile means alike. Yes. In the poem, there will be a verse like as, adjective as, or like. Seeing these two words, as word or like, we can find out that it is a simile. Yes. Now, for example, he was as brave as a tiger. She danced, she danced like an angel. Yes. Now, so you can see here, he was as brave as a tiger. So here this boy is being compared with a tiger. So this is a comparison. So he is similar to a tiger for the bravery. Yes. So here seeing this as, we can say that this is a simile. She danced like an angel, like an angel. She is like her father. She is like her mother. So when you see the comparison word like, okay, so when you see the comparison word, we can just give it as simile. Okay, yes. In this poem, here in this poem, there is no simile here. In the life poem, there is no simile here. Okay, yes. Next, we'll go for metaphor. What is this metaphor is? implied simile. What do you call that? Implied simile. Yes. This implied simile is, it's again a comparison between two persons, two things or whatever it is. But here we don't use the word as or like. Instead, we just call it with that name. He was as brave as a tiger. Here we can say it as he was a tiger. He was a tiger when he fought. When he fought. அவன் சண்டை போடும்போது எப்படி இருந்தான்? டைகராகவே இருந்தான். டைகர் மாதிரி இல்லை. when you say டைகர் மாதிரி we call it a simile. அவன் டைகர். அவன் சண்டை போடும்போது அவன் ஒரு டைகர் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் that is metaphor. She danced like an angel. She was an angel. She was an angel. Yes. So this is the, we call it as metaphor. So simile and metaphor both are comparisons, but here the comparisons in simile we can see by the word like as and like, so that easily you can identify. But in metaphor case we will be comparing, but it will not be seen, it will be just called as that. Now here in this poem, life poem, new friendship, high adventure and a crown. You can see here this new friendship, high adventure and a crown. This is a comparison is given here. Okay. Yes, this crown is a comparison which is being given for him. Okay. So here we can call this as metaphor. Here we can give it as metaphor. Yes. In this poem only this much thing is it. We'll go for the next poem. I think you can better understand it. Once again. Yes. In the second poem, the Grumble family. In this Grumble family, we can find, okay, here too we don't find any simile or metaphor in this poem. But there is another figure of speech here. We can see here oxymoron. What do you call this? Oxymoron. Oxymoron means opposite words. Opposite things being in the same line. Opposite things compared in the same line. Being spoken about this in the same line. Oxymoron. Yes. Oxymoron, for example, I can say that the kind cruelty of the doctor's or surgeon's knife. We very well know that knife is being used for cutting. Yes, we cut the operation with that knife. But here the word you can see kind cruelty, two words together. Kind is being very humble or something, and cruel is harsh thing. But here you see both the words are here together. It's being used for the word knife. Why? Because the doctor's knife are kind. Why? Because it saves the patient's life. Okay, the surgeon's knife will save the patient's life. So that we can use the word kind and cruelty together. Yes. So now here in this poem, in the Grumble family poem, there is a family nobody likes to meet. They live, it is said, on complaining state in the city of never are satisfied, the river of discontent beside. They growl at that and they growl at this. Whatever comes, there is something amiss. And when they were their station be high or humble, they are all known by the name grumble. The weather is too hot or cold, summer and winter. Yes, can you see this? Opposite words coming in the same line. Yes, hot, cold, summer, winter. Yes, so these words we call it as oxymoron. Okay, got it? Yes. And next we can go for the word. What is the next thing we can go for? Imagery. Imagery. Yes, the word has a word here. What is that? Imagery. Image. Image means picture. Image means picture. When you are reading a poem, if a picture comes in your mind describing about that poem, then that line we call it as imagery. Yes. Now here we can see again here in the same line. There is a family nobody likes to meet. They live, it is said, on Complaining Street. The street name is Complaining. In the city of never are satisfied, the river of discontent beside. Yes. So while I'm talking about this poem, while I'm reading this poem, there comes a picture about a family. Okay. Does it comes? Yes. Then that is we call it as imagery. Okay. Yes. So in this poem we have only imagery here. And there is epithet. And the next thing is epithet. Epithet means it will describe the noun. It will describe the noun. Yes. So epithet, here epithet is, in this poem we can see epithet is down on that gloomy complaining street. So we are talking about the complaining street. That street is gloomy. Yes. So that we can call this as epithet. Okay. Now let's go to the next poem and we'll see if there is any other figure of speeches mentioned in the poem in 10th standard reader. Yes. Now this poem we can see. Here we have a lot of similes and metaphors here. I am every woman. Raki Naryani Shek poem. Yes, it's about a women's speciality. A woman is beauty innate, a symbol of power and strength. She puts her life at stake. She is real. She is not fake. The summer of life she is ready to see in spring. She says spring will come again, my dear. Let me care for the ones who are near. She is the woman. She has no fear. Strong is in her. She in her faith and beliefs. Persistence is the key to everything, says she. Despite the sighs and groans and moans, she is strong in her faith, firm in her belief. She is lioness, the famous question being asked. She is a lioness. Yes. So you will remember here now, metaphor. She is a lioness. So we are comparing her to a lioness. Okay. So we are calling her as a lioness. Now, don't mess with her. She will not spare you if you are a prankster. Don't ever saw her pride, her self-respect. She knows how to saw you, so beware. She's today's women dear. Love her, respect her, keep her near. Yes, so in this poem, the famous thing was, she is a lioness. Yes, and other things like stake, fake, jeer, near, fear, belief, and a prankster, her prankster, jeer, near. These are the rhyming words in this poem. Yes. Shall we go to the next poem? The Ant and the Cricket. In the Ant and the Cricket poem also we can't find much figure of speeches here. I can just use imagery here, and the main thing Ant and the Cricket figure of speeches, we can have it as personification. What is that? Personification. What is personification? You can see here the word person. Yes. Generally, we use a pronoun like a he, she, we, him, all this for persons. But in poems, when you are using he, she, him, or any mentioning it as a person, then we call it as personification. We use inanimate objects or any living things or non-living things, inanimate objects, we use them as a person in the poem. We will mention them as a he, she, like that name or anything. Now, here in this poem you can see the ant and the cricket. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing. See, the cricket is singing. Only person will sing. Here the cricket is singing. Through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring began to complain when he found that at home. See, person only will complain. He is complaining. He found his cupboard was empty. And winter was come. So now here this he, his, all denotes cricket. Cricket is it's an insect. Cricket is an insect. Yes, this insect is being personified as he, his, like that. Yes, so this we call it as personification. Okay, so mostly in the poems, whenever inanimate objects like animals or things or any insects, birds, all that, if you are mentioning it as person, then we call that as personification. Okay, yes. And next we have onomatopoeia. What is this onomatopoeia? Yes, this is the sound mentioned in the poem. Sound. Ding dong, ring ring, tring tring. Okay, so the flow of water, when you say like that, that is onomatopoeia. Bus sound, hiss, snake sound. All this, if it is mentioned in the poem, that we call it as onomatopoeia. Got it? Yes. I hope I have given you all the figure of speeches here in detail. Okay. So rhyming words, rhyme scheme, alliteration, assonance, and what are the things today we saw? Simile, metaphor, oxymoron, imagery, epithet, yes, personification, and finally onomatopoeia. So nearly 11 figure of speeches we have used here. Got it? Yes. I hope you can understand this. Okay. Yes. All the best. Do well for your examination. It's very nearing. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay. Do subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good night.